That's an, oh God, obviously. It's
Hitchcock!
a joke for people my age and older. Sorry. And I've been working on that one all week. Oh well. Know your audience. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Robert Ursan. I'm the artistic director of the class, and I'd like to thank each and every one of you for coming here this evening. I'd like to start by acknowledging that we are on Treaty 4 land and home of the Métis. I have a few thank yous that I'd like to be able to share with you. We'd like to thank Southland Mall, the South Saskatchewan Community Foundation, and Affinity Credit Union, both of whom gave so that we could have school groups come and see the show all season, see all of the shows this season. And I think that it's really important for young people to see live theater because it's very different from watching TV and Netflix and other things. As well, Downtown Dental was very good to us. Phones. Please take your phone, make sure that it's on silent or airplane or whatever mode you would like to have it on so that it doesn't disturb the people on stage. Please, no photos. We have an official photographer taking photos this evening, but no photos during the show. However, at the end of the show, while they're having their bows, if you want to take your phones out, take a shot of the wonderful young performers and put it on your tickety-talk pages or on the YouTube. I don't know what all these things are because I'm cold. And if you wanted to put those up on that face thing with the reading, Facebook reading, I don't know, and all of those things, and tell people what they're missing, because you're going to be watching the entire company. Almost 50 young people between the ages of 8 and 18 are going to be up on this stage doing remarkable, remarkable things. I am incredibly proud of them all. And this is the official opening night of this show that I've written. And I would just like to thank you so much for coming to see Wind of the Willows. You're going to really enjoy it.
Spring, people cling to the notion that spring cleaning is the perfect thing to give meaning to a perfect spring. So they wash and tidy everything around. Winter's past, and at last we are done with hibernation and look on aghast at the utter conflagration that is often found in our fussy, mussy nest beneath the ground. But something is calling me skyward, though my eyes don't work well with the light. Spring to me seems to be the byword, so I know that my eyes will get used to the sight. Spring has sprung, the world turned green. Spring has sprung, it's the best day that I've ever seen. Spring has sprung, what's left to do but go out in the world, go out in the air where everything's new.
Let us stand hand in hand and we'll smile for no good reason as the sun beats down. 'Tis the season when a single frown could disrupt the joy of meal at break of dawn. Mama, look by the brook, there's a patch of baby carrots sprouting from the ground, and two slightly smelly ferrets pacing all around. Better stay away from
I simply must go out exploring. It's something that I've never done.
There's something so crazy restoring in the air, in the colors, the flowers, the sun. Spring has brought the world in a dream. Spring has brought, it's the best day that I've ever seen. Spring has brought what's left to do. But go out in the world, go out in the air, where everything's new.
The spring has sprung.
Spring has sprung.
Spring has sprung.
Spring has sprung.
He's still over there, that chief weasel, causing commotion and fuss. What a shame that this fine spring breeze what that stinking stone stench straight on over to us.
Spring is sprung. It's like a trap. Spring is sprung. There's rain and mud. The world looks crap. Spring is sprung. What's left to think? But go back to our den and lock the front door and have a stiff drink. The air is fresh, a sky so blue, flowers bloom, also new. Spring has sprung.
Where do you think you're going? You can't come through here.
Why ever not? You don't own the place.
We do, actually. It'll cost you 6 pence.
Onion sauce.
Don't onion sauce me. This is private property. That's right. You'll have to pay a toll.
Well, I won't pay.
He won't pay. Why won't he pay? Why won't you pay?
I've no money.
There's no money. Well then, we'll just have to overlook it this once. But just this once. Honestly, some people, especially since you seem new around here. But in the future, remember, this is private property.
Hey, Flopsy,
Are you talking to me?
what's this?
What's what?
This long, sliding, gurgling thing.
That? It's a river. Have you never seen one before?
No.
So much for onion sauce. The ignorance of some people.
But it's wonderful.
Really? I've always thought it a bit dull. Morning, Mr. Rat. Oh, good morning. Hello there.
Oh, hello.
You're Moan, aren't you?
That's right, and you're rat.
Got it in one. How do you do? Well, this is an unexpected pleasure. A bit far from home, aren't you?
No, I've taken the day off.
My, that is a bold choice.
Oh, that's a lovely boat.
Oh, well, that's why I'm in it. I think so too.
I've never been in a boat.
I'm sorry. For a moment there, I thought that you said that you've never been in a boat.
I haven't.
Well, gosh, jeepers and harumph.
Oh, is this nice?
Nice. Oh, no. Not just nice. It's the most amazing thing in the world. There's nothing worth half so much worth doing as messing about in boats. Going on the current, floating with the river, going places or not going anywhere at all, but nice. Oh, that is not even close to the right word. I tell you what, if you haven't anything planned, why don't you hop in and we make a day of it?
Together? In the boat? Could we really?
Well, certainly. Hop on in. Oh, be careful now. Perhaps put the hamper on your lap as you sit.
What's in it?
Oh, it's just a bit of my usual lunch. There's cold chicken, cold ham, cold beef, cold duck, pickled gherkin, sausage
rolls, crust sandwiches, ginger beer, lemonade.
Is that not far too much?
It's only what I always take. So, comfy?
Rather.
Well then, off we go.
So, this is a river.
My dear Moan, if I may correct you, it is not a river, it is the river.
And you live by the river. What a jolly life.
By it, and with it, and on it, and in it. It's my world, and I wouldn't have it any other.
Does it not get lonely?
Lonely? Oh no. It's so overcrowded now that many are having to move away.
What's that?
Where?
That dark place on the horizon.
Oh, nothing.
Yes, there is. It looks like a wood.
Don't stand up, you Egypt, or you'll have the boat over.
I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry too. I shouldn't have called you an Egypt. But rule number 1 concerning boats is never stand up.
I'm very sorry. I'm very new to all of this.
Oh, well. This looks like a good spot to pitch camp. Steady as she goes. Well, that's it. I'll make a sail of you yet. My dear Mary, I will set the tablecloth, and you can unpack the harbour. Thank you. Oh, peckish?
A bit. Well, quite a lot, actually.
Well, don't stand on ceremony. Dig on in. Oh, but Mo, please, manners. Now in first.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, let me.
Thank you.
Now, eat away.
They seem to have clicked. The old fellow is probably lonely, wants a bit of company. Somebody to rabbit onto. Do you mind? I find that turn of phrase rather offensive.
What is it, old chap?
Oh, nothing.
All right, I'll tell you. Over there is the Wild Wood. A place which we riverbankers don't often go.
Why? Aren't they nice people?
The squirrels are all right, and the rabbits too, I suppose. Oh, and then there's Badger. He's a good bean. Lives smack dab in the middle of it and wouldn't have it any other way. Oh, dear old Badger. Nobody would dare cross him.
Are there those who would?
Yes, of course. Ferrets and stoats and, oh, worst of all, weasels. They can be fine one moment and then they break down. Sausage roll?
Why? Why do they break out?
My dear Mo, if I may say something, one of the ways we animals have the edge over the human friends is that we don't dwell on the possibility of disasters to come. It's a finer way to live, don't you agree?
Sorry, Rat.
It's a question of manners, really. I find most things are. Apple pie?
But, Rat,
Modes.
what's beyond the wild wood?
Beyond the wild wood comes the wide world. Another topic we avoid. Point taken?
Sorry. Rat,
What now?
this might be something else I shouldn't mention, but there are bubbles in the water approaching us.
Oh, Lord, clear the food quickly!
What's the matter?
Too late.
Hello? What's all this then? A picnic? Rat, you sly beggar. I didn't receive my invitation.
Well, that is because you can sense my picnics from miles away. And though you don't stand on ceremony, you are standing on Mel's sausage roll.
Have I? How rude. And we've not even been introduced.
Oh, Polauta, may I present my dear friend Mo here, the wreckage of whom sausage roll is now going down your throat.
Delighted to meet you. And it's not wrecked at all. Flavor rather improved from your last batch. comrades in arms, Rat and I. Is he looking after you?
I'm having a wonderful time.
Oh, look. Here comes my youngest. If you have an otter in the water with her daughter and she's brought up on the shore to get chatty with old Ratty while she's looking rather natty, dripping water on the floor.
It's a blanket, not a floor.
But floor rhymes.
Fair enough.
And the daughter says we ought to be more careful where we're treading, for it seems I may have stepped in the cake. Mother otter thought she taught her daughter where she should be heading, but it seems we made a tiny mistake. I think I made a little mistake. Trust me, the party now can start. Otter is finally here. With daughter in tow, you can't lose heart. For when parties start, then I appear. When parties start, then we appear. Yada da 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 da. Hoy! Otter and daughter don't need a fancy otter, fancy water. For us to make ways, it's otter and daughter to play as they ought to, because this is how an otter behaves. We will show you gratitude with attitude. Yada da da da. Otter and daughter is smarter by the water, then you'll know that the fun has begun. You can all forget her 'cause you're wiser when you met her, but what can we do? I can think, Mom, to solve this issue. Why can't you tell us? We will cause you a hullabaloo. That's for you too. A hullabaloo. Yada da 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 da. Hoy! My goodness. It's her first swimming lesson.
Oh, hello, Octavia. What do you think of the water?
Wet, sir.
Oh, and does it make you hungry?
Oh, yes, sir.
Well, tuck in then.
Octavia, what do you say? Thank you, sir.
So, who's out on the river today?
Who's not out would be a better question. What a ruckus. Toad, of course.
Who's Toad?
Was he in the punt?
No, the skip. Where's the punt? I said to him. He said, what punt? I said, you had a punt. He said, oh, did I? I said, well, I thought you did. Turns out it was scuttled while showing off for the ducks. Mind you, he was already getting bored of it.
Typical Toad, it's the houseboat saga all over again.
Reversive sailing.
Then the houseboat where we were forced to stay
That sounds lovely.
and pretend we liked it. His life passion, he said, for 2 weeks. It's whatever he takes up.
He's lucky to have the money to do it.
Has he got a lot of money?
Toad's a good fellow, just unreliable. Changes his mind like the breeze. Sorry, mustache. Come along, Octavia. In you get. Must I? Yes, and be sharp about it. Our lunch is disappearing upstream. Thank you for the sandwich, sir.
Opal was after her lunch, after eating all the fish paste.
Oh no, that was just a snack. What otters really like are mayflies.
May I row on back?
Not yet, old chap. You know, it's not as easy as it looks. Perhaps have a few lessons first. Anyway, current is with us, so I'll just let her drift. No rush on the river, see?
I've hidden my burrow for so very long, and only imagined the sky. I thought somehow wanting the light was just wrong, and now I am wondering why. For here I am floating, as we sit here boating, and I'm finally noting it's here I belong. Would it be okay if we had a forever of now? Would it be okay if now is the forever we knew? For I've never felt so happy before, and I never knew that I could adore all the trees and the breeze and the flowers and the picnic too. So if it's okay, could I have a forever of now with you?
I steeped in these waters for so very long, not knowing that I was alone. Well, I thought being lonely just meant I was strong. It's nonsense and I should have known. For here I am rowing, completely outgoing, and totally knowing it's where we belong. So if it's okay, we can have a forever of now. So if it's okay, we can have a forever come true. Though I never thought I'd feel the surprise, my life seen through someone else's eyes. All the things that I love could be things someone else loves too. So it might be fun to have a forever of now with you.
I've never seen water so clear.
I never thought clear could be new.
I never thought light could be warm. I never thought I'd be someone like you. So let's treat today like it's a forever of now, a forever of now. So let's treat today like it's a forever come true. For I've never felt so happy before.
For that simple things could mean so much more.
Or I'd find a friend who thought just the same as I do.
So of course it's okay.
Not really okay, but it's okay to say that today it's okay to have a forever of now come true.
A forever of now.
A forever of now. Oh, look, a fish.
Summer's here, the days are long. Summer's here, the air is thin, the sun is strong. Summer's here, what can we say? It just means there's more time to bask in the sun and more time to play. Okay. Ruby, Reggie, Rosie, Ruthie, and Ramon. My siblings. I didn't know you had a new siblings. Bit of a surprise to me too. Oh, look! There's Mr. Rat and Mr. Mole out for a stroll. Again. Can't believe anyone could put up with Mr. Rat for this long. Why do you say that? Personally, I find him a bit prickly. Go on to talk. Why do you say that? You're a hedgehog? Never mind, I find that remark quite insensitive.
Molly, did I ever tell you that I write poetry?
Yes, but never mind. I'm sure it is just a stage you are going through. I once took up the tuba. Now, once I realized how silly that was, I found it a terrible thing to get out of the burrow. Not sure how I got it in, really.
I've written one about ducks.
Oh, and what have the ducks to say about that?
They say, why can't fellows be allowed to do what they like, when they like, as they like, and how they like, instead of other fellows sitting on banks and making remarks and poetry about them? That's what they say to me, actually. Oh, yes.
Well, never mind. Oh, I'm looking forward to meeting Mr. Toad today. He must be a very nice animal.
Oh, the best of all animals. So generous, so affectionate, and so kind-hearted.
sounds very...
He is, of course, very boastful and somewhat overly conceited. But Toby has got some good qualities.
Oh, my.
Well, there's Toad Hall. Down that path is the boathouse. Over there is the stables. And right in front of you is the banqueting hall. If you haven't already guessed, Toad is rather rich. And though this is the nicest house in these parts, we never tell him. Oh, dear. No boats out.
Is that a problem?
Toady must be tired of boating. I wonder what new fad he's taken up now. Come along, let's go look him up. I'm sure he cannot wait to tell us.
The world has had great heroes, but never a name to go down in fame.
Compared with that of Ted.
The clever men of Oxford know all there is to be known, but none of them know half as much.
As intelligent Mr.
The
Toad.
animals certainly are a crowd.
Oh, boy, they cry. Twist turns flow.
What's it said? There's underhead.
Encouraging Mr. Toad. No! Wait! Okay, go!
The queen and her ladies in waiting sat at the window and sewed. She cried,
Oh, look, who's that handsome boy? They answered.
"Mr.
You must stop this ingratiation, this approbation, this adulation, or my ego will explode.
All right, but just for now we'll say, hooray for Mr. Toad. The world has had great heroes.
Oh, I was about to send a boat down to fetch you, Ratty. Wasn't going to take no for an answer either. And you're more, aren't you? I'd had you been palling around with this old rascal this summer. I want you badly, both of you. But first, what can I brought for you? You have no idea how lucky it is you're turning up just now.
Oh, what a delightful residence.
Finest house on the whole river. Or anywhere for that matter. Ratty, 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 ratty. It's only my way, you know, on a scale of modest and not. I most definitely am not. Nor have I any reason to be. And it's not such a very bad house, is it? You stayed and enjoyed yourself many times. Now, new matter. You've got to help me.
Well, it's about rowing, I suppose. You are getting on fairly well, though you do splash a bit.
Ratty, stop, 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 stop. Boating, pooh and pshaw. It may suit some people, but I have matured and outgrown it. A bagatelle at most. Wasted youth at the least. I have, at last, found something to which I
I shall devote the remainder of my life.
It is worse than I thought.
Oh, Ratty! It's beautiful! Isn't it glorious?
Incredibly special indeed.
Go in and see how it's furnished.
Oh, may I?
There's real life for you, embodied in that little cart. The open road, the dusty highway, the heath, the common, the hedgerows, the rolling hills. Travel, change, interest, excitement!
Oh, Ratty, there are bunk beds and bookshelves and a stove and pots and pans and jugs and kettles and a bird cage with a real bird in it.
I thought of everything for when we start this afternoon. Ugh. Oh, with some small help from my esteemed Major Domo Rufus and his esteemed spouse and creator of all foods that are good, Rita. What are we taking on today's adventure? Today's sojourn? Today's jaunt?
Yes, sir, we've prepared. I've prepared biscuits, potted lobster, sardines, and sausages to cook later, as well as soda water, orange squash, and a lovely light chablis. Now, if we should be forced to stay the night in some godforsaken
We'll have breakfast in readiness should you so desire.
I beg your pardon, but did I hear something about we and start and this afternoon?
Now, Ratty, don't start talking in your sniffy way. You must come. I need you. You know how I get into trouble on my own. With you there, all will be right with the world, and the stars and the moon will gaze down upon us in genuine admiration.
Well, Moley doesn't want to go. Do you, Moley?
Not if you don't. I'll always stick to you, Ratty. You were always right and to be trusted. I mean, it might have been rather fun, you know, but I will always follow your lead.
The life adventurous is not to everyone's liking or ability. I completely understand, Ratty. No need to worry over old toads on the roads. With our tasty load in my wheeled boat, there's no debt that is owed for the many past gifts I've bestowed. I won't wheedle or goad. No, I'll take the high road. And this episode...
All right! We'll come if Moley wants.
Only if you do, Ratty.
I must go change to my traveling clothes. Ratty, have a word with Horatio. He's not even as keen on going as you are.
Traveling outfit?
No costume change. No point in a new hobby. Now, Horatio, what seems to be the problem?
What is always the problem? It's Toad, that's what. Pulling this thing on my own? My doctor says I shouldn't be pulling things unless I want to pull other things. Muscles in particular.
Oh, poor Horatio.
And stop that stroking! I don't like being stroked or smacked on the side of the neck. Why would anyone think that's an acceptable gesture of admiration? Or even worse, my bottom. Smack anyone else on their bottom and see where it gets you. Oh, but if you're a horse, you're supposed to love it.
Would you like a carrot?
Certainly. If it's in a nice cream sauce or roasted with a soup song of rosemary and sage. What I don't want is one of those hideous raw abominations to my teeth and gums. And everybody thinks one raw carrot and I'm anybody's. It's degrading. Are you going on this foray?
Yes.
It should be fun.
Fun for you. You're not going to wreck your knees pulling the cart.
Everyone ready? Ready? Then let's be off!
There, you see? Smack on the bum. The things I put up with. Will you at least talk to me on the trip? Toad ever says is gee-up and well.
Gee-up!
Not exactly a very thought-provoking bit of rhetoric, that.
Certainly, we'll talk to you and make sure you're fed.
Perhaps on a plate. Please don't let me strap on a nose bag and force me to eat my fish and custard all at once. The food gets right up my nose.
Of course, old fellow.
What have I said? Stop that!
Look at the people coming out to admire my caravan.
Hello, Tony. New toy,
New horsey, new party.
new kite, new plaything for your royal richness.
Do you like it?
What happened to the houseboat?
In the bike.
And the putt. And the roller skate.
What a killer!
Thank you. Thank you for your kind wishes. See, Ratty, I always bring joy to the hoi polloi by giving them something aspirational. My taste and my style stand out by a mile. I'm nothing if not sensational. And I rhyme easily too. Tally-ho!
He's going to say gee up now.
Gee-up!
I'm never wrong.
Toad, old chap, don't you think that this might be a fine place to pitch camp? I don't know about you, Mowgli, but I'm getting a little somewhat peckish.
The wandering has been lovely, but I sure could do with a spot of tea.
How unforgiving of my travel plans. Do let's stop here. Mr. Rabbit, front and center.
Well, I think a spot of dinner wouldn't go amiss.
I shall get cook onto it forthwith. Mrs. Rabbit!
Yes, Rufus?
Mr. Toad should like to have a meal here.
Oh, good thing too. With all that heat on the road today, I wasn't sure how fresh everything would have been by tomorrow. I brought food for dozens. Well, there's food enough for everyone, provided you help out.
I can peel potatoes.
That's nice.
My mate can fetch the firewood. My mother always told me I didn't have to make a cream sauce.
Well, come along then, all of you. Lots to unpack.
How are you doing, my fern-flanked friend?
Annoyed, degraded, dying of humiliation. You know, the usual.
And you, my dear friend Rat, and my newly dear friend Mole, what do you think?
Well, I hate to say that I'm enjoying myself, but I am.
I am too.
This is the life of a gentleman. Hey, Ratty, talk about your river.
I don't talk about my river that much. Do you mind, Mowgli?
Not much, no.
I do think about it, though.
Right here.
What?
So do I.
Well, Mrs. R, how's the dinner coming?
Tickety-boo, Mr. Toad. Tickety-boo.
I wonder what magic she'll whip up tonight. What wonderful flavor will tempt and delight. What art of perfection will power with the sight. What will supper be? We'll sit by the fire and pray to the stars, but the blessing that only food gives. Who cares about champagnes or posh caviars? This food gives us reason to live. Shepherd's pie,
Bubble and squeak,
jelly deals,
bacon butties,
eggs, patties, and meats,
Cornish pasties,
beef Wellington. Even the anticipation is fun.
Forgetting the most important part of the meal.
Treacle tarts, strawberry fool, jam roly-poly, sticky toffee buns. The thought of dessert goes right to my head. I hope it's shortbread.
All right, settle down, settle down. There's no need to push. There's enough food for everyone. Just come get a little bit from each of the bowls, and then, Mr. Toad, you should go first.
complete.
Then it is time to dance.
Well, that's enough hilarity for one day. Everyone go to bed now. No more frolicking readiness. Coming, Matty? Mole?
I'm afraid it was all a bit too much for Ratty. Could we get him a blanket?
Of course. You tuck him in tight. I'm sure he'll be fine just there. Good night, Polly.
Good night, Mr. Toad.
Toady. My friends call me Toady.
Good night, Toady. Good night, Horatio.
I was asleep until you said goodnight.
Good night, Rat.
Won't have been no trouble, eh?
It's Rat, though. He's a dangerous one.
Why not stick them all now?
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. All in good time.
Did you hear? Ruthie was taken during the night.
No, I bet it was the weasels that ate her. Eaten by weasels. How awful.
Not that the mother would notice with a bruise that big.
You'd wonder how they find the time. Well, you know. Rabbits. Never understood the reaction to dawn, personally. Bit of an overreaction for a daily occurrence.
Quite like sunrise. Sundown can be nice too. It's just the bit between them I object to.
We're moving. What happened to breakfast?
Been and gone. You couldn't be roused.
But-
All set and on our way.
But I'm hungry.
What was your idea to come out caravanning? This is the pace of life out here.
Seems jolly unfair. Do you hear a buzzing?
Never understand adults. Ridiculous contraption. Traveling. Boys. It was a nice meal last night, mind you. That thing's moving very fast. Much we are prepared on a proper stove. This is going to be terrible. What? Stop! Look out!
Well, that's not good.
It can be repaired. Wealthy Mr. Toad. He's got plenty squirreled away. Do you mind? I find that comment
on them.
Well, that could have been dangerous. Nice to see my luck holding out.
Are you all right there, Toadie?
It's a vision.
It's a concussion.
Did you see that magnificent creature?
If I had that look on my face, I'd end up in the glue factory.
There was a man on thunderbolt, and then a cloud of dust, and then the sound of a distant trumpet.
And then the caravan in the ditch.
What caravan?
I knew it! The caravan has been wiped from his mind. Every new fancy taken over by a new hobby.
Ratty? Where would one get one?
One what?
One of those motor car things.
Toad, oh no!
Autumn's come, the light grows thin. Autumn's come, not out so much as night draws in. Autumn's come, and what's to do? But down the path, hurry to school before I turn blue. Cold, nipping, nip in the air, frosty, crisp, bracing, numbing. Well, you know the old saying, when the goose honks high, fair weather. When the goose honks low, foul weather. Was it loud today? It was, after I dropped one in a well. Is that an appropriate thing to say? I would say anything to stop you two from competing in this vocabulary test. You're so cranky. Bad hair day? Do you mind? I find that comment rather offensive. Nice one.
Are you sure that Mr. Badger wouldn't come to dinner if invited? I do so want to meet him after all you've said about him.
Oh, solitary creatures, Mr. Badger. Barely ventures out of the wildwood, and with what living in the dead center of it, he barely gets any visitors.
Perhaps we could call on him.
Oh, no, he's offended by so much. Oh, and by so little. I can't imagine him thanking us for any intrusion. Mary, if I may say, I find it remarkable, the change. I can't imagine the you that I first met ever wanting to venture out and meet anyone new. It is admirable, or in this case, misguided.
Yes, of course, you're right, Ratty. I wouldn't have had the courage but for, well, you, Ratty.
You give me too much credit.
Only what's due.
It's very cold. I think that the best remedy would be to go back to our digs, have a glass of brandy and a game of chess.
Yes, Ratty, of course.
Come along, Merrily.
Mr. Mole has become a great friend to Mr. Rat, hasn't he? Thick as thieves, those two. I think it's quite marvelous, really. Mr. Rat is such a nice, polite rat, and it's nice to see him smile like something other than the river.
I hear Mr. Moore put his place up for sale, most of the furniture included.
This whole situation smells fishy to me.
Can you actually smell anything other than, you know, you?
Do you mind? I don't want to be offensive. Winter's here, it's much too cold to sing another verse of this song.
I hope that Ratty doesn't mind me setting off on my own. I do hope that this is the path to Mr. Badger's house.
Hello. Oh?
Oh, hello.
Yes, indeed. Hello.
Going somewhere special today? Doing something
something special today?
You look a special kind of tasty today.
Hello, Mr. Mole. I've been wanting to talk to you for some time.
Oh, sorry, I don't think I have time for that right now. Tight schedule, you know.
Everything's tight right now, isn't it?
Oh, my fault entirely. I didn't mean to bump into you. No offense meant.
No offense taken.
Would you please let go of my scarf? You're pulling my face uncomfortably close to your own.
You smell very different up close.
As do you. Oh, quick! Look at the flock of partridge!
Well, don't look at loose, take it away!
Running I from the fearing side. I'm a safer place where it is waste completely fortified. It's very clear that you should be your guide. So running I. Hide away, you won't last a single day. Counting snakes and bricks and legs from head to us are just passing. It's commonplace to leave no trace of those on whom we pray. So hide away. Each of us is frightening.
Said this very slightly mad, said this very
Horrible and cruel.
Very horrible and very, very cruel.
We'll chase you and disgrace you. In the end, we will erase you. We'll find you, we will find you. In the end, we will remind you how you were just a fool. Better run after you, there's nothing to be done. We will catch you, we will snatch you, and then we will have our fun. You can stay in a way, it just makes us want to play. We'll make you into stew, but we'll have some more latte. You can run and you can hide and you can run and you can hide and you can run and you can run and run. But you'll be caught today. Run and hide.
What is the meaning of this? Don't you touch him.
Come on, fellas. We'll... Oh...
We was just having a bit of fun, right? Yeah, wasn't we, Mo? You know, just faffing about, eh?
Well, enough faffing, eh? I think you've faffed quite enough for one day, and I hope that your faffs are all done in your repertoire for quite some time to come now.
Ah, yes, Ratty, absolutely. You know, we was just having a little bit of fun, didn't need nothing by it.
Boss!
Come along now, Wilfred.
Boss, only one of him.
Yeah, but one of them is more than enough.
Are you all right, then, Mo?
Oh, I was so afraid, Ratty. I was never so afraid in my whole life. Thank you. Thank you for finding me.
Well, you silly sausage. I told you the wildwood wasn't a place to venture out alone.
I know now, Ratty. I've become such a stronger person since we met. I believed I was like you, and I just became so obsessed with meeting Mr. Badger that I got quite carried away. Never again, Ratty. Never again. I will always trust your word.
Silly Moan, you've become more like yourself, not more like me. I always thought in you.
All right. Who is making all this ruckus outside my door at this time of night? The very next time this happens, I shall be exceedingly angry.
Badger! It's me, Rat, with my friend Moan here. We're a little turned around here in the wild woods.
Ratty, my dear little man, you should know better at this time of year than to be out in the woods. Come inside, come inside. This is not the sort of night for small animals to be out. Those foul weasels are probably lurking about.
Well, that's who we just escaped from.
Oh, you silly little fiends. You've always been one for pranks, Ratty, but this isn't the time of year for such things. But come into the kitchen. There's a first-rate fire there, and supper and everything. Visitors do not sit on ottomans in my house.
Oh, I'm perfectly fine here. It's okay.
Well, I'm not perfectly fine with you being there. Take a chair near the fire, you too, Ratty, and just tell me tales while I dish plates out for you.
Well, this is most kind, Badger. My dear friend Mole here has been eager to meet you. Badgering me, if you don't mind the inference.
It's only squirrels, rabbits, and hedgehogs who can't take a joke. But why on earth would you want to meet me, young mole? I'm just an old badger with little to show for his life.
Oh, sir, that is not true. Ratty has been so kind as to share stories of your kind heroics and your kind nature. He has talked with such admiration in his voice that I just knew I had to meet you.
Has he now? All exaggeration and hyperbole, I'm sure.
Not a bit, Badger.
Well, those days are far behind me. I am only grand in stories now.
Really? Is that why you came out publishing? A semi-annual publication, just in case I forgot, eh?
Piffle! I simply detested the noise. And anyways, it's almost time for the carolers to come, and I didn't want their song interrupted by nonsense.
Carolers?
Huge numbers of animals from all over the countryside have been traveling around the fields and woods, singing their little hearts out, 'tis the season and all that rot. Don't go for it myself, but I like to indulge them for their efforts.
You may fool us, Badger, but your soft heart always comes through in the end.
Tosh! If they didn't come around caroling, then I would have no reason to exercise my baking skills.
You made all of that.
I had a little extra time this morning. You are a bad, bad rat for teasing me so.
Oh, Mowgli, that awful experience must have sapped all your energy.
Oh, how rude of me. I'm frightfully sorry. I think perhaps my cowardice exhausted me.
Knowing when to be afraid is far greater than foolish bravado. Nothing comes from defeat. Better to be afraid and alive than brave and outnumbered.
Exactly.
Thank you, both of you, so very much.
More than welcome. Now, as I was telling Otter just the other day...
Mr. Badger, we've come to sing for you.
Yes, we come to sing.
Hello, Badger. We're here to bring you some seasonal cheer. Oh, Ratty, you're here too. Is Mole with you?
Oh, inside by the fire. Too comfortable to join us out here, I think.
So, what have you prepared for this evening?
Something very special. I'm sure it will please you both. You too, Molly, even at a distance. All right, everyone. Close attention now.
Villagers all this frosty tide, let all your doors swing open wide. The wind may follow and snow beside. Yet draw us in by your fire to bide. Joy shall be yours in the morning. Here we all stand in the cold and sleet, blowing our fingers and stamping feet, cheerfully singing as here we greet. You by the fire and we in the street, bidding you joy in the morning. Take my hand and we'll gladly sing. All the promise the stars can bring, of whitening and brightening most everything. And to our hearts it will promise the spring. Joy will be ours. Joy will be ours. Joy will be ours in the morning. Joy will be ours in the morning.
Merry Christmas, Merlin. Merry Christmas.
Has sprung, it's come again. Spring has sprung, we knew it would, just not when. I'm so glad spring has returned. The winter was making me squirrely. Do you mind? Had me feeling all pins and needles. Do you mind? It had me hopping mad. Do you mind? Hopping mad. Pins and needles. Made me squirrely. I'm so glad we're friends. Me too. We're so different, and yet we're all friends. It's great. I love tasing you too. Me too. Me too. Oh dear, the menace is out on the road again. What number of cars is this one? Place 6. I'm sure my mom has seen 3 others. And mine says she saw 2. Well, 6 it is. Don't you wish you had that kind of money to waste? I'd buy a whole acorn forest. My parents are always burying acorns and then never remembering where they had buried them.
I get so Brazilian so that I can hug people. That's impaling them.
I'd get my own burrow. How many is it now? 17 to a bed. I don't know where my parents get the time.
Well, you know, the weasels ever attack, you just have to hide long enough that eventually you'll outnumber them.
Do you mind? I find that comment quite offensive.
I can't believe anyone would actually sell him another.
Some don't care about anything other than the next bit of cash coming in. The world's changing and changing and changing. I feel too old for all this.
Don't say that, Mr. Badger. You are not old.
Do you know how terrible it is to look in the mirror every morning and not see the person I feel inside, but to see an old, gray, sagging badger of a creature? Sometimes I just stare at my reflection and think, there's a nice blow with my name on it!
Toad is giving us.
Just saying. Just saying.
Oh dear! Oh dear! What is it? Oh dear! Ah! I must try harder to remember which is the go faster pedal and which is the stop now pedal.
Mr. Toad, are you all right?
Well, if at first you don't succeed,
First, this is your sixth car.
well then, if at sixth you don't succeed,
Toad!
hello Badger, old chap.
This is enough now.
Enough of what exactly?
Sometimes friends are only friends when they step in and stop a friend from doing things that are regrettable.
Not sure I know what you are talking
Oh, Toad, you're a terrible actor. Let's just stop all this now.
or what?
You know exactly what I'm talking about.
I heard the usual, Mr. Toad, and I'm here with papers for the new one.
Splendid service this dealership has. Always prepared.
Ratty, you and Mole deal with this avaricious species. I'll take Toad inside and keep a close watch on him.
What?
Come along, Toad.
But my delivery, my new
Forget about all that.
Stop frog marching me inside. I'm a toad.
Now then, are you dealing with payment for the new car?
No longer needed. You
Well-
don't read a room very well, do you?
Well, it should be here in no time at all.
No longer needed.
Well, that's all very well of you to say, but I have a contract.
Toad is ill, not in his right mind. A piece of paper will only show how evil you are to prey on such a sweet little innocent toad.
Now, see here.
I can see the headlines in the local papers, perhaps even countrywide. How an unscrupulous dealer, invocative name that, kept putting people and creatures in danger just to line his own pockets. Shameful, absolutely shameful. Sure to cause some harm to business, eh?
I see a massive drop in sales from such underhanded thievery.
Well, then, I'll sue for breach of contract. I'll leave.
Remarkable way with words, Moley.
And you, Ratty, not even a word, and he scampered away like a terrified newt.
Gone, is he?
As gone can be.
Sit there, Toad. My friends, I am pleased to inform you that Toad has at last seen the error of his ways. He is truly sorry for the misguided conduct of his past and solemnly vows to give up motor cars entirely and forever.
That is very good news.
Well, if it's true.
One final thing then, Toad. Solemnly swear to all of us your intentions.
I solemnly swear. I solemnly swear.
Go on, Toad.
I solemnly swear to keep loving the simply glorious pastime of my poo-poops.
What? Just moments ago, you swore to me.
Of course I did. In there. But in here. In here. How can I give up such marvelous, magical,
Toad.
exhilarating...
Stop, Toad.
No! No, I won't! I'll never stop! You're going to kill me! I'll never stop!
You backsliding little Toad.
I knew words alone wouldn't stop him.
So, I suppose more physical approach is needed. Toad, you've always wanted us to move into your splendid home. Well, your wish comes true today. We will move in and force you to see the error of your ways, and we will stay for however long it takes.
We will?
We will! We will! It's only what any friend would do. tell them exactly what needs to be done.
Help! Help! I'm being kidnapped by my best friend and being held hostage in my own mansion.
That doesn't sound as like Catalina as you might think.
The first time the car went off a bridge,
He should have paid more for his tutelage.
he turned the wheel too far a smidge and went off the bridge with a bump. Oh dearie, oh my, we heard him yell.
We thought he was plunging his way to hell.
But he was just watching and saying, oh well, thank goodness this Tony can jump. Mr. Toad on the road is the devil without a doubt. All the while he'll just smile, though you'll never know what he's smiling about. Suppose the commerce, the same thing occurred, and squeal and crash we heard, but he just sighed and said not a word, and went up and walked on the 3. 3, 4, and 5 all met tragic ends, a prey in a ditch and a copper with friends. The 6 came along and continued these trends that ended in tragedy. Mr. Toad on the road is the devil without a doubt. All the while he'll just smile and shout and shout and shout.
Shout and shout.
Hooray, make way, today we live from into the sun. Hooray, make way, come and rejoice everyone. Hooray, make way, today we live from into the sun. Hooray, make way, come and rejoice come and rejoice everyone. Hooray, make way, today we live from into the sun. Hooray, make way, come and rejoice everyone. Hooray, make way, today we live from into the sun. Hooray, make way, come and rejoice 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 everyone. Come and rejoice everyone.
Today,
How are you today, old chap?
thank you for inquiring, dear rat. But tell me first how you are yourself, and the excellent Mo.
We're fine. Man and Badger out for a brisk walk. They should be back by luncheon. But until they return, I need to find a way to amuse myself and you. Hey, hop up like a good fellow and we'll go off ourselves.
Dear, kind rat, how little you realize my condition, and how very far I am from hopping up. Now, if ever again, I won't be a bother to you much longer anyway.
I hope not. You've been a fine bother to us for long enough.
I shan't ask for you to bother for me anymore. I'm a nuisance, I know.
You know I'd take anything on earth for you. If only you'd be a sensible animal.
If I thought that, Fatty, then I would ask you, for the last time, probably, to step round to the village as quickly as possible and fetch the doctor, although I fear it may already be too late.
What do you need a doctor for?
Perhaps you've noticed lately that. But why should you? Noticing can be such a bother. Perhaps tomorrow you'll be saying to yourself, if only I had noticed sooner. But I can't seem that bad yet. Let us talk about things that might please you.
Look here, old man. I'll fetch you a doctor if that's what you think is best.
Well, I'm afraid it may already be too late for that. Perhaps gathering a lawyer to my side would be better. Getting my affairs in order and all that. It's a disagreeable task that no one wants, but
lawyer.
Now that this is a terrible inconvenience for you, but sitting here in the sun once more is such a comfort. I merely wish to see that things will continue after I am
I'll run to the village right now and fetch what you need, but until I return, you keep your spirits up.
Thank you, kind Ratty, so exceedingly kind. Not a good actor. Take that, Danja! I fooled the great and marvelous Ratty. Now I won't be held back. I'm off for the next great adventure.
Oh, Charles, I thought we'd never get here.
It wasn't easy, but I pulled it off.
Charles, how strong you are.
Oh, Fiona, how I love you in these gay, madcap, exuberant, hedonistic, antic moods of yours. You just twinkle.
Only for you, Charles. Only for you. Tell me, Charles, is it bad?
At the front,
At the front.
not too good at the front. Pretty bad at the back. But at the sides, brutal. Oh, that tickles you, doesn't it? Perhaps I should have shaved it off. How I love to hear you laugh, Fiona.
I know.
I know you know.
I know you know I know.
I know.
Oh, Charles, I want to make you happy in these few, brief, fleeting moments we're together. How can I make you happy?
You know, Fiona. You know.
Yes, I know. Kiss me, Charles, kiss me.
Oh, Fiona, if only this could go on forever. Tell me, Fiona, have you ever loved like this before?
Not like this. Not quite like this. Not getting out of a cab.
Nor I. Now, about the fare.
Let's go into the pub so I can grab some change to tip you.
How I love to be tipped.
Oh, my dear. You want to go for a spin, don't you, Poo-Poo? They don't deserve you, do they, Poo-Poo? Not those two Poop-Poops. You want to go for a spin? I knew it. I heard your call calling to me with your Poop-Poop. And we're off.
You stole our vehicle.
By
mermaid, Fiona.
It was just sitting there.
Then you drove the vehicle in a maniacal manner, endangering man and beast alike.
Just a quick knockabout.
Careening through the local fair, upsetting 4 carts of hay, 3 carts of apples, 2 carts of carrots.
I apologize to the partridge and I paid for the pear tree.
Adding it all up, that's 19 years.
What?
But let's round it up to 20.
No!
Court adjourned.
My mum says she always knew no good would come of all that. My dad says high time. Really? My mum thinks it's only right.
Hello, Mr. Rat. Hello, Mr. Mole.
Hello, youngsters. What brings you out in such a gathering?
We're off to school.
But we were talking about Mr. Toad.
It's not nice to gossip.
Not gossip, just sharing what our parents have said.
Which is?
People who create their own drama deserve their own karma. His chickens came home to roost. He had chickens? You can't unring a bell.
Or in his case, an poop poop, a carborn. He was hoisted on his own petard. Not sure what a petard is. Our mum made it into a quiz. How do you spell comeuppance?
Comeuppance. C-O-M-E-U-P-P-A-N-C-E. Comeuppance. Noun. Dessert, reward, or just dessert. Usually unpleasant.
I fear for your family.
The axe forgets.
But the tree remembers. It's just karma. Really? Yeah, he drove his karma off a bridge. That was a joke. He drove his karma. Never mind. Was that the screwball?
Terrible seeing them gossip like that. Mind you, they're not wrong. I do hope he's not suffering too much in there.
The axe forgets, but the tree remembers.
Yeah, I didn't get that one either. Come along, Merlin.
Stay put, you. Grub's on the way.
I don't like grubs. It's quiche night at home. So this is how the career of Toad ends. Here, in the stinky cesspool of criminality. Poor Toad. Poor handsome Toad. Ow. Poor handsome, rich, popular, debonair, carefree Toad. Alas, alack, and woe is me. Oh, wise old badger, clever rat, sensible mole. How can I ever face you again? Oh, unhappy Toad.
Oh, my father said you was a fine figure of a toad, but I didn't believe him. Very few have the style to carry off prison clothes.
All my panache can't save this outfit from clashing with my skin tone.
Well, brought you some lovely bubble and squeak for your meal. I'm sure you're going to love it.
Couldn't eat a thing. I'm far too... Bubble and squeaky. No, I can't.
I didn't more say so, I did. Just for you.
Just for me.
You're the only guest we have right at the moment. Are you sure you couldn't have a little? Oh, of course. My father let me have the keys so you wouldn't have to be fed by me. I left them in my laundry basket.
place like this.
Do you have a favorite skirt? A favorite blouse?
Ew, bloody little small talk. I do like that. These are my favorites. Never had the courage to wear them, mind you.
Why don't you go into the next cell and try them on? You can have your own little fashion show then.
Naughty Toad, I really shouldn't.
Well, if no one else is here, what harm could it cause?
I can see I'm going to have fun with you around. All right, be right back.
What a revolting woman. At this point, she probably wants to kiss me to see if I turn into a prince. Oh, look. Value Village had a sale. That's a bit of a pawn. Ooh, I like that color. All these horrible habiliments give me an idea.
Well, Mr. Toad, what do you think?
I may go color deaf.
I know, isn't it bright and cheerful?
It's a sight that won't soon leave my memory.
Oh, you flatterer.
I have a thought.
You and your thoughts.
You look so comfortable in your screamingly lovely outfit. I'd love to play a little game with you.
Full of surprises you are. What sort of little game?
As you say, something surprising.
Oh, I'm all a quiver.
No, thinking, you naughty, naughty girl.
I can't believe we're playing games so soon after we've met. I love getting to know the prisoners. And you're such a gentleman, Mr. Toad, aren't you? Aren't you? Oh, that little devil! My father's going to kill me. That's the 4th one this week. How lovely to be here, all alone. You're not alone. We're with you. You don't count. Why? Do you hear something? Like what? Like buzzing. Flick your tail a few times. That usually gets rid of annoying little bugs. You're funny. How marvelous. I'm amusing children now. Look over there. A washerwoman is coming towards us. She looks very old, all humped over like that, and with that huge basket on her head. Horatio, couldn't you give her a ride? Oh, I really shouldn't be driving drunk. And oh, my knees are quite bad. Excuse me? The flanks of a snorting stallion, with the grace of a dressage champion. Now I know you're just mocking me. Excuse me?
No, thank you. I'm just an old washerwoman making her way back home.
You look awfully tired. Could I help you with your leg?
No, I'm not a toad.
No, I said leg.
No, I'm not a toad.
Oh, for God's sake, it's Toad.
No, I'm just an old washerwoman making her way back home.
Your hands are green.
Oh, bother! I'm in disguise, incognito. I made a heroic escape from the Nick, the big house, from the pokey, on the land from the old Bill, from facing blood. So, won't you be my savior and gallop me back to my house?
He's going to say, giddy up.
Giddy up!
I'm retired. Besides, there's no home to go back to.
What?
The Weasels and Stoats have it at home.
What?
Kicked out all the staff.
What?
Hung a sign saying, no nice creatures allowed.
What?
Is that all you're going to say?
What?
I guess so.
Town Hall, my beloved ancestral home,
You
is
built it.
gone.
You built it 2 years ago.
Well, I wanted my ancestors to have an ancestral home.
We'll take you to Mr. Badger. He, Mr. Rat, and Mr. Mole have been gathering the rest of the forest creatures to try and take it back. Come on, Mr. Toad. He's wearing a scat.
And
No. You make it work.
I can make anything work.
This is not going to end well.
This is the life. Always knew I'd achieve great things in life. A little more, darling. Oh, now that's a good weasel.
How can the birds get stuck here doing all the work when the blokes are skiving, pretending to watch for danger?
It's 1910. Women won't get the right to vote for another 8 years. Ooh. It's not very hot out here, isn't it? Because they don't have a fan. A great thinking, love. Now fan me, darling, fan me. Gently does it. Just enough to stir the air around me. I dreamt in the darkest wildwood, and I just couldn't keep my nerve. I would lose my traumatic childhood and get what I deserve. I only occasionally get angry and wild. I only occasionally will swear at a child. Never leave me get mild. I'm a typical weasel. I only occasionally will act out of grace. I only occasionally do not know my place. I only occasionally will bite someone's face. I'm a typical weasel. Sometimes I'm insensible, presented with a treat. Sometimes I lose dignity, confronted with fresh meat. And though they say it's lucky when you're given rabbit's feet, it's really not that lucky for the rabbit. I only occasionally hate being reviled. I only occasionally will eat someone's child. You only occasionally should run if I smile. I'm a typical weasel.
He's always got a smile on his face, but he's kicking a kitten or watching old ladies fall over.
He always has the air of a happy go kill yourself.
A little red love child.
I only occasionally go out on a spree. I only occasionally like people like me. I only occasionally will break into a hen, smash all the eggs, terrify the chickens, killing them one by one, rustling their feathers, breaking their beaks, and gnawing on the knees, I'm a typical weasel. A typical weasel am I.
Trouble's coming.
What kind of trouble?
Rat and Badger never come in to take back the premises.
They'll never get in. All of you are more than a match for those lesser creatures. Just get your clubs ready. And I've got a trick or two up my sleeve for the tougher ones.
So now that a fight were useful?
I certainly wouldn't want to fight you. You're vicious, you are.
You sweet Zorka.
Here they come.
Ah, you all should have sent word that you were coming. I could have set up the nice tables of roasted rabbits and stewed quail and maybe a little bit of hedgehog on the eggshell. Hey, looks like we might have some braised badger tonight, although he might be quite tough seeing as old as he is.
What about me? What little threatening joke do you have for me?
I get it, Ratty.
Only my friends call me Ratty.
I get it, you stinking water rat. You think you're all that in a bag of chips. Well, you don't scare me anymore. You think you're all that with your fancy boat and your fancy fancying and your fancy manners. I'm Chief Weasel. You don't get to
Oh,
be.
for heaven's sakes. Just fight me already.
All right, we'll do it this way. Just you and me. Mano a mano. Your little puddle of misfits won't get involved in my band of brothers, won't either. Just you and me.
That suits me fine. If I win, Toad Hall is ours.
And if I win, Toad Hall is whoever can get in. And I booby-trap every entrance. Only I know the way in.
Getting in through the secret entrance is quite easy, if you know that there is a secret entrance.
Getting out is easy as well. Once you see how simple the traps you set are.
Good going, Mowgli.
You haven't won yet. I'm still up for a fair fight.
Good luck, Mr. Rat.
Careful, Ratty! Just as you are. There's no need for feasts or gifts or vacations or cars. We're your friends, Mr. Toad. You don't need to do or be anything but a friend.
Well said, Mowgli. I am well aware of my faults, chaps, and I'm heartily sorry for any and all distress I've caused. I'll be a good toad, I promise.
Glad to hear it, old chap.
Enjoy the simpler things. Stick close to home. Maybe, perhaps, a gentle trot around the property with Horsey here.
My name is Horatio, not Horsey. And please stop pawing at my books.
And you three, you marvelous three, I cannot thank you enough for getting me home safely and out of my dress.
You were wearing a dress.
I wouldn't even ask.
As long as you three like, you are welcome here at Toad Hall anytime, day or night. Oh, except for Thursdays. And Fridays through Tuesdays. Oh, and not at night. I'm not fit for man nor beast if I don't have my 16 hours of sleep per night. But other than that, you're welcome.
That was so most kind of you.
I know.
We should go see if there's anything we can do. Surely there's someone we can make fun of in there. That does seem to be our talent. Well, let's hop to it. We would be nuts not to. Let's take it to him.
Isn't it beautiful writing?
Indeed.
Sunset through the willow trees is a true vision of paradise.
You know, I've never been one for standing just being, but perhaps, just perhaps, this is what life is about. Four friends, so completely different from one another, staying and watching a sunset together.
I still wonder what really made me come up from my burrow that day, all that time ago.
That sound, that